Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the KimUnity Soulutions Podcast, the only podcast that's inspiring leadership and humanity within and beyond the workplace. It is so good to see you all again. I am right here with you. I am your host, Kim the SME. As always, I am only speaking from my experiences. Today, I am definitely speaking from my experience. Have you ever been loud and wrong? Have you ever been loud and wrong? Like you just knew in your heart of hearts, you knew exactly what you were talking about. You knew exactly which way to get there, what to do when you got there. And lo and behold, you were all the way wrong. I mean, you stood 10 toes down. Well, yes, that was me. Has that ever happened to you? What do you do about it? Why are we loud and wrong? Why are we loud and wrong? I think it's because in my situation, I was just convicted. I just knew. So I met someone and I was trying something new, basically. I was trying something new. That already starts off wrong. How you going to be loud and wrong when you're starting something new? It's a true story. So I am starting something new. I met someone who was an expert in it. And so I was like, okay, yes, let's connect and all this stuff. But I already had it envisioned of what I would be doing in it. I already had the details down. I already knew, you know, what the end goal was, how it was going to be delivered. And I met with this person one time and they were just like, no, that's not it. That's not what you do. I know I've spoken before about listening to people and not being misdirected because everyone doesn't see your vision, right? You can tell someone something and then they'd be like, no, you shouldn't do that, which is exactly what I'm saying now. But in the prior instance, they didn't see my vision. They didn't understand it. They hadn't been that path. They were used to doing things in a cookie cutter format. In this instance, this recent instance is different because they are the professional in what I am trying to do. And so I started answering all these questions, and then I met with them and they were going over my responses. And I mean, they got me together. They got me together. But at the time, at the beginning, I'm just like, well, I don't get it. I think it was the questions, the way that it was worded. I just didn't get it. I was still stuck in my viewpoint and what I had been doing and what my goal was. And I was trying to get the verbiage right. I was trying to make sure we were on the same page, but we were not. They understood the end goal, but my way of getting there, I would not have arrived. And so it took some time. It took at least an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes to be exact. Because I was really, and then I kept asking questions and I kept asking questions. I know that sometimes I can ask questions and people can get offended by them or become defensive as if I'm challenging their authority, right? I know I've said that several times, but it happens. But thankfully, this time it didn't. They really understood that I was trying to learn, I was trying to understand, and they were trying their best to approach it a different way. And that's what I kept asking. So I was asking questions like, okay, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Because it's all about how you frame it. It's all about giving other perspectives or dynamics or viewpoints around it, different examples. It took me a while, y'all. It took me a while because I was headstrong. No, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to get there. This is what I'm going to do. But after I kept asking questions, because I can't just say, okay, let's do it your way if I don't really understand. So it's going to cause me to ask more questions. And I'm glad I did. So I just want to bring that to your attention. I don't know if you have ever experienced it, but it happens. It happens. You can be loud and wrong. Your way can be the wrong way. And what are you going to do? Are you going to just continue to go that way? Or are you going to take heed and listen and try to understand and try to find the best way to go about it? After all this processing of information, and I'm still trying to get a full grasp, but I went ahead and wrote down a few things of what I learned or realized in the process. And I'm hoping that this will help you, that this will bless you, that you can apply this in your life as well. So, number one is ego. Ego. If your way, if your way is the wrong way, but you still want to just keep going that way, why? Why can't you turn around? Are you ashamed of making a mistake? Do you think that everyone thinks you're perfect because they don't? But do you think you're perfect? Do you think you know everything? I think that's where the ego part comes in. You just don't want to be wrong. And you'll go all the way to the end just to say that it was your way. I remember a friend of mine used to say, lie to the end. Like regardless of the evidence or whatever it may be, she was just going to lie to the end. What do you do when your way is the wrong way? So let's let go of ego because you don't get very far. The next thing, are you just attached to it? So my issue, I know for sure it wasn't ego. I really don't have an ego problem, but I did think it was part of my identity. Like, this is what I've been doing. This is what I do. This is my experience. This is me. This is what I'm good at. This is what people say I'm good at. Let's not let that get in the way. It can't always be based off your future, cannot always be based off of your past and how you see it. There's a different way of looking at it. And so if you turn it around and look at it differently, you may be able to get farther. Remember that, remember that, remember that. So don't be so attached to something that you're not willing to let it go, that you want to just hold on to it. It's like being in water and you're just attached to this big rock and it's going to sink you down. Sometimes you have to let go of stuff in order to get further. The next thing, and I think I'm guilty of this too, is also because of past success. Because you've done it before this way. You've done it before. When your way is the wrong way, you're like, no, it's not. This is not the wrong way because I've done it before. But here's the thing you have to think about. If you've done it before, why are you in the same position to do it again? Does that mean that it didn't go right the first time? Does that mean that there's some adjustments that need to be made along the way? You need to refine it. You need to refine it. Yes, you were successful in the past, but these are new times, there's new technologies, there's new knowledge, there's new ways, there's new techniques, there's new delivery methods. Don't base everything off of your past success. if you're looking for future results. Maybe we are all the way wrong, all the way loud and wrong, but we've gone so far in it. We have made it so far in it, and we haven't failed yet. But you spent so much time and effort and energy. You've done so much research. You put money behind it. But here's the thing, you've already said it was the wrong way. Someone has already came along and told you and has given you evidence and has shown you a different way. Why keep going down that path even though you've spent that much time? So do you want to double the time spent and you're going in the wrong direction? Loud and wrong. You loud and wrong. You are loud and wrong. Maybe your way is the wrong way because no one can ever tell you any different. You're going down that path because you have already taught people that you don't want their advice. You are the expert of everything. And it does no good in offering you any new information. They just say, oh, okay, cool. It happens. It happens. So we have to be aware and cognizant of the fact that people treat you based on how you've responded previously. So if they have already tried to give you help, give you advice, share resources, share just their wisdom, their lived experiences with you, and you don't take any of it, why would they continue? Why would they continue? So you will continue, you will continue to pursue and go down this road that is the wrong way. If you can think of any other ways, those were my 5. Those were my 5. I may have said 6, but why else would you be going? Why else would your way be the wrong way and you continue to go? So in my example, I am taking their advice because they are the expert. They've been doing it for decades and they have the results to prove it. You know, we can't just take anyone's advice. So make sure that they are qualified in the information that they are providing you. So I just spoke about 1, make sure that they're professional. Number 2, another way of looking at it is, okay, can it be tested? Can it be validated? Before you, if you think you're right, but someone's telling you you're going the wrong way, can their way be tested? Is there a way to, it's called sample testing in accounting. Can it be tested before you turn all the way around? To verify. What's the cost of continuing? What's the cost of continuing to go your route? Maybe you're thinking, okay, well, I'm just about done anyway now, so I'm already here. Are you already there? Maybe there are some small changes that you can make to counteract those areas in which they're saying need to be improved. This just happened to me, you guys. This just happened. And so it's still fresh. I haven't all the way recovered. I haven't because I need to go back and I need to look at my notes and I need to really dig into, okay, what is the end result going to be? I'm not saying that they're wrong at all. I'm not saying that I'm right at all. I'm just saying I need to have a better understanding because it takes a minute. So we have to give ourselves time, right? You've been dreaming about something, you've been praying about something, you've been working on something, you've been putting all your money and your energy behind something. And for someone to come by and be like, boom, no, okay, that's not going to work because it's not something that you can just quickly reverse. It's like a big ship. It might take a minute. It may not be the task at hand. Maybe you haven't gotten that far into it. So it's not the task at hand that you have to shift, but it's your mind. It's your mind. I would say well, you tell me, is that easier to shift? Is that easier to shift than if you had the financial backing of it, the financial expenditures, or the time or the energy? For me, it is a little taxing, but I know the end result is going to be beautiful. I know the person is an expert. I know that they have evidence. And so now I just have to wrap my head around this change. But the great thing about it is that it's at the beginning stages. Do not despise the small beginnings. What is it that you're working on that you may be refusing to readjust, make accommodations, accept that, yeah, I was wrong. I made a wrong decision. It is okay. It is okay. But to know that you're wrong and to keep going down that path and to not admit it, especially if you have a team or you have coworkers or it's your family, whatever it may be, take ownership. I'm always talking about take ownership. Take ownership. We all have some homework to do. What is it that we need to reevaluate? And the thing is that we should not be getting so caught up in the mistake or the restructuring or the replanning. We should be thinking of it as a blessing. Hey, somebody came right on time. Someone has the information that I need. Someone is able to help me. Someone already went before me. It is a blessing to be corrected. It is a blessing to have someone with those same ideas where they can impart and are willing to share the information. You see, we can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways. It just came to me. We can't say, oh, people are gatekeeping. They don't want to share the information. I just need a little bit of this information. But then when they give it to you, now it's like, oh, no, I'm going to do it my way, even though I don't have any experience in it. This is just a dream that I'm putting together, but our dreams don't always have all the details. So we can't have it both ways. Either you really want it and you're going to be thankful for the help that is meant for you, that is going to take you to that next level. We have to be mindful and aware of what we're asking for and what we end up receiving. Are you turning away what you asked for? Are you blocking your own blessings? People are put in your path for a reason. And you're either going to cross over them as if they are trash, as if it was maybe just a coincidence or because they don't look a certain way, which I just talked about last week about listening with our eyes closed. Which one are you guilty of? Which one do you need to work on? Which one do you need to work on? Is it because of your ego you don't want to turn around? Is it because you've made it too far? Is it based on your past experiences? We have to self-reflect and see where we have room for correction. Check your own thermostat. I hope this was helpful. I hope you can apply it. I think this message is good for, again, the workplace, our personal spaces, our families. Take ownership. Don't be afraid or too egotistical to take feedback or direction from someone else. And also make sure that they have some kind of evidence. They're trustworthy. You know all of this. You know all of this. I knew all of this too, but I just experienced it. And I'm grateful for it. Because now it's like, okay, I can still accomplish the mission. I can still apply what I was planning to within there, but it's going to be in a different vehicle. Sometimes we just have to change cars. We're still going the same direction. We're still going to get there. We just have to change modes of transportation. I am your host, Kim the SME. You have been listening to the KimUnity Soulutions Podcast. I would love it if you would put in the comments what you need to work on. When have you been loud and wrong? Or can you not admit it still? We have all been loud. We have all been wrong. You all be blessed. Until next time. Bye-bye.